Skye, the Misty Isle, a place where landscapes feel ancient, where myths linger in the hills, and where every road leads to something unforgettable. Skye is famous for a reason. You could easily spend a year here and still not see everything. However, if you're tight on time, we think this is the best way to get to Skye, see as much as possible, and return all within 3 days. We set off from Glasgow for the long drive up to Skye. Luckily for us, there are some amazing things to see on the journey. After a quick stop at Loch Lomond, we head through the wild expanse of Rannoch Moor. This ancient landscape of peat bogs, lochans and heather is one of the last true wildernesses in the country. Then Glencoe, seriously one of the most striking routes in Scotland and definitely one of my favourite places in the country to travel through. You know how we said Skye is famous for a reason? So is Glencoe. We'll let it speak for itself. We then head north to the Commando Memorial at Spean Bridge. This monument honours the British commandos who trained in this rugged landscape during the Second World War. From here, the view stretches towards Ben Nevis, the UK's highest mountain. After a short stop here, we head to viewpoints of Eilean Donan Castle and Loch before crossing the bridge to Skye and heading to our accommodation for the night. Do you know why Skye is called the Misty Isle? Because most of the time the sun most certainly will not be shining. The most widely accepted origin of the name Skye actually comes from the Old Norse word sky, meaning cloud island. But don't get us wrong, the atmosphere that you're usually greeted with only adds to its mystique. On this trip, however, it was sunny. It's the first time I've ever been to Skye and had weather like this, and although it is absolutely incredible in the sunshine, it's definitely worth setting your expectations for visiting. Our first stop of the day is Slagachan, where myth and mountains meet. Legend says that if you dip your face in these waters, you'll be granted eternal beauty. But Slagachan's real magic is in the view, the mighty Cuillin Range towering in the background, their peaks jagged and dramatic. It's such a view. From here, we travel north to the old Man of Storr. This towering rock pinnacle was formed by ancient landslides, and legend tells of a giant who was turned to stone here. Even from the viewpoint below, its scale is humbling. The Storr is one of Skye's most iconic landmarks, and for good reason. Next, we stop at Kilt Rock. The cliffs here resemble the pleats of a Highland kilt, their basalt columns shaped by volcanic forces, a perfect meeting of land, water and sky. Our journey continues into the surreal landscape of the Quiraing. Formed by a massive landslip thousands of years ago, this terrain is still slowly shifting today. Staggering ridges, valleys and pinnacles dominate this landscape. It's a place that feels almost otherworldly, and in my opinion, it's the most essential viewpoint when visiting the island. For lunch, we head to Portree, Skye's harbour town. With its colourful houses, lively cafes and fishing boats bobbing in the water, it's the beating heart of the island. This is the perfect place to pause, enjoy some fresh seafood, wander the harbour, or simply relax and take in the island's charm. In the afternoon, we head west to Dunvegan Castle, seat of Clan MacLeod for over 800 years. It is the oldest continuously inhabited castle in Scotland, passed down through 30 generations. Inside you'll find treasures of Scottish history, including the legendary fairy flag, a tattered banner said to bring victory in battle. Outside, the gardens bloom with colour, and the castle setting on the shores of Loch Dunvegan is as impressive as its history. Our final stop is Dunvegan, an Iron Age roundhouse over 2,000 years old. Though it's now in ruins, its thick stone walls once offered protection and status to those who lived here. Standing on its hilltop perch, with views stretching across Skye, it's easy to imagine how important this site once was. Saying goodbye to Skye and travelling back across the bridge, our first stop is Eilean Donan Castle, one of Scotland's most iconic landmarks. Perched on a small tidal island at the meeting point of 3 sea lochs, this fortress has guarded the west coast for centuries. Built in the 13th century to protect against Viking raiders, it later became home of the mighty Clan Mackenzie. Though destroyed during the Jacobite uprisings, this castle was lovingly restored in the 20th century. Whether you step inside its halls or simply admire it from the shore, Eilean Donan feels timeless, a perfect farewell to the Highlands' western edge. From here, the road widens into Kintail, where the dramatic ridge of the Five Sisters dominate the skyline. One tale tells of 5 sisters promised in marriage to 5 Irish princes, but the suitors never came. Heartbroken, the maidens asked a witch to preserve their beauty for all eternity, and so they were transformed into mountains, standing proud side by side. Whether shrouded in cloud or lit by sun, the Five Sisters are a reminder of how Scotland blends myth with its landscape so seamlessly, it's really hard to tell them apart sometimes. Our journey continues east to Loch Ness, arguably the most famous loch in Scotland. At Fort Augustus, the loch opens before us, a ribbon of dark water 23 miles long and deeper than the North Sea. It holds more water than every lake in England and Wales combined, and perhaps something more. For centuries, tales of the Loch Ness Monster have drawn travellers here, each one hoping for a glimpse of Nessie herself. Whether you believe in the legend or not, there's something undeniably mysterious about these waters. On our way south, there's time for one final Highland encounter at Taste of Perthshire. Here, Scotland's most beloved residents are waiting, the Highland cows. With their long horns, thick ginger coats and impossibly photogenic fringes, these hairy coos are a highlight for everyone. Gentle, curious and utterly unique, they embody the character of the Highlands, rugged yet welcoming. For many, meeting a Highland cow is the perfect ending to a Scottish adventure. Skye is more than just a place on a map. Leaving isn't easy, but the memories come back with you. And that is the magic of the Highlands. With 3-day tours departing year-round from both Edinburgh and Glasgow, you too can visit the Isle of Skye and experience for yourself what makes this place so amazing with Ravi's Tours.